in a couple of minutes before we go ahead and jump into tonight. I hope you all are doing well. If you want to just pop in the chat, okay, really appreciate that. I'm just pulling up stuff for the stream right now, so I'm sorry if I look a little crazy. Right, but yeah, if you're tuning in live, why don't you just go ahead and jump in the chat, say hello. I love to see everyone that's here. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great evening. I am having pretty good evening. Enjoying the weather. It's been beautiful outside today. So, all right, we're just gonna give it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump into tonight's lesson. And it's gonna be a lesson. It's gonna be a little bit of a lesson and a lot of prayer. So I think it's gonna be awesome. But glad I see there's a couple of different people on here. Glad you're here joining us. I know this looks a little bit different than our normal Wednesday night service, just because of a couple of different things going on. We've decided to have this one be completely virtual, but fear not, we will be coming back next week with a live in-person service. So. All right, I don't know what happened there. It looks like I lost the stream, but I think I'm getting back. I think we're back live now. Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry. I do not know what happened there. We lost the stream for a second, but I think we're good. I think we're going to be okay now. All right. Connectivity issues are always fun. That's the side of doing things online that can be a little bit tricky. That's when we're struggling with that. But if you're popping in now, go ahead and jump in the chat. Say hi. I like to see who's here. It's always exciting. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much if you're tuning in tonight. So glad that you guys are here. I know I was saying before the stream went out, I know this looks a little bit different than most nights, but there's a couple of things going on. And so in respect for that, and we're just doing things a little bit different, and that's okay. But tonight, we're going to gather together to talk a little bit about prayer and what that looks like for us right now as a church. And so obviously, there's a lot that's been going on in our church the past couple of weeks. We have members who have been battling COVID. We have had 4 of our congregation members go to be with the Lord in the last week. And so it's been a very heavy and strange and difficult time. And, as I was kind of sitting with what to talk about tonight and sitting with Pastor Scott and discussing, some things with him, just sort of this thing kept coming up about how, in this crazy, like, chaotic world where all of these things are going on, when we as a church are trying to help bring order, when we're trying to step into who God is calling us to be and step into, what God is calling us to be as a church, and and be sort of that light on a hill, right? There are forces around us that don't want to see that happen. And so there are spiritual attacks and there are physical attacks, and there's just a lot that can happen. And so in the moments when we're heading in the right direction, the enemy can attack us. And sometimes we can't combat that. And a lot of times we can't combat that physically right now, right? Like right now as a church, we're walking through sickness and we're walking through grief, and those are not things that we can fight necessarily in the flesh, right? Like, I can't change what's going on around me. Just like in some cases, there are things that are happening that we can't change around us, right, in the physical. But there is something that we can do. And that is something that Jesus commands us to do, which is to pray. Right. And really, honestly, the pastoral staff here at Fairmont First Church, we really feel that we as a church are being attacked right now. We're under just immense weight and heaviness, right? And there's a lot going on, and there's grief, and there's sickness, and there's questioning, and there's, what is tomorrow going to look like? What is next week going to look like? How do we move forward? How do we heal?